All right, everybody, welcome back to Let's Talk with the Morel Brothers. Uh, I'm your host, Craig Morel,
Reen Morel.
Don
Don
Morel,
Morel.
Simone Morel. How's everybody doing this afternoon? Today, we're going to be speaking on the subject of manifestation. Um, Manifestation is, to me, a a perception of actually bringing your perception of thought into reality. That's my thoughts on manifestation. We're gonna have a serious conversation on it today, and I want you guys to give your thoughts on it and comment on it and let us know what you think of the conversation today. So here we go, guys. Let's talk about manifestation. What do you guys think?
So first and foremost, I'll say I do agree with what you said. Manifestation is virtually the process of taking your thought and putting it out into the actual world. But it's not just thinking about it, because if it's just thought, it goes on to eternity with nothing behind it. Thought without action is meaningless. You can't manifest something without putting some serious action behind what it is you're trying to bring forth.
So in my mind, I and I tell people this all the time. Uh, Life happens in here in the brain, in the mind, and what you actually believe in your head and you build in your head is what you actually uh, project in the natural world, which we see on a day-to-day basis. And I believe that every every everything that is manifested starts with a thought, and that thought you have to take action, and you have to be consistent with that action. You have to commit to the action that you actually take to actually manifest what you have in your head to bring it into reality.
Right on, right on.
Hey, Dad, how are you?
I said, what's up? You don't want to
I mean, real life conversation, guys. This is what happens.
Gets no better than this.
I think Craig, what you said makes sense because in life period, like everything starts with a thought. And we said it earlier, thought with no action produces nothing. We live our life with most of the things that we accomplish in life, it first starts in our head. And then from our head, the work we put in is what happens later on.
Mhm.
And we could use that in anything from, hey, I want a new job. And then you have to say, first, I want a new job. Then you have to take the action to find that new job, and then and move forward. It's not only, we you use work, I'm using work as an example, but at anything in life. Hey, I want a new car. You got to think about it first before you produce it. So I think when it comes to manifestation, uh, the mind is a powerful thing,
Yes, yeah.
and so I think you have to always think is the mind and move from there. So
So a lot of people, and Rita and I was having this conversation earlier today. Um, a lot of people pray for a lot of things, and their expectation is to pray, and
And here you go. Here you go.
God is
There it
gonna,
is.
you know, uh, shoot a bolt of lightning down and says, "Okay, because you prayed to me, okay, I'm gonna, here it is. Here's your manifestation." here's what you asked me for. And people don't realize that for things to happen and for you to move forward, there has to be a
Action.
certain action. And then once you take that action, then you have to commit to the action that you've taken. And then you actually have to be consistent at taking action to make what's in your head show up in front of you, and people expect it to happen instantaneously. um, so I can break it down into a smaller term. Let's say, for instance, you want to get waves on your head. You gotta say, okay, well, the thought in my head, I have to have the vision of what I want my hair to look like. Then you have to take action. You have to go get a haircut, right? And then you have to consistently brush, right? And then you have to wear a wave cap, and then you have to go back to the barber shop again and get another haircut. And you have to be consistent in the actions you take until you till you actually get the desire that you have inside of you, if that makes sense. And I believe people manifest a lot of things in their lives without even knowing it, because they hold on to a lot of thoughts, and they take action on some of the thoughts they have in their heads, and not knowing what they're actually manifesting in their lives.
Right on. It's the same concept of New Year's resolutions. You every New Year we like to say New Year, new me. I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna eat healthier. I'm gonna go to the gym. We're in the process or the beginning stages of manifestation. You have something you want. You're saying it out loud. You're making it a reality to yourself first. But if you don't take the action to buy healthier foods to put in your pantry, actually start going to the gym and committing to the little changes that it takes, then nothing happens.
So I think what occurring and the thing about that too, I think the dreaming part is the easy part. It's easy
Everybody
to
have
dream.
dreams,
Yeah,
absolutely.
that's the easy part. The hard part is putting the work
Put
in.
in the work, taking the action.
And Craig said a very important word while he was giving his example. You have to be consistent. Consistency
Is the
is key.
key.
Yeah, you consistently do something over and over and over, you'll get the results you're looking for because you're putting that thought into
Into
action.
action,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And I think that's the hard part that a lot of people don't get. It's easy to dream. It's the work. You have to put the work in.
Not to cut you off.
I have a question. I've been listening this whole time about manifestation and the positivity of putting things in your mind and working hard to getting it and getting it. But what if you constantly have things in your mind and you see that the goal is there and you know that you want it and you continuously work hard at it, but it seems like it's not obtainable. Um, what do you do, Craig, when you have those goals and you put them out there and you're a 41-year-old man, so it's a lot of things that you wanted to accomplish, but it didn't accomplish. What was your plan B as far as your manifestation? What
So
did you do to
so
get those things
so
accomplished?
what I do, I keep pushing, right? I take smaller steps, and I celebrate the small victories, because nothing good in life comes easy, and nothing comes quick. The goal that you have in your mind, you have to have the vision, and you have to, again, commit to the vision, and you have to celebrate the small victories, and you have to, let's say, for instance, hey, I want a house, right? And my credit is bad. I have to take action, right? I have to take action. I have to go work on my credit, start paying my bills. And as you take action, you get rid of some of the bad habits that you've had in the past, right? And you create good habits that actually help you attain that goal, right? And then you celebrate the little victories. So you work on your credit. You go from a 650 to a 700, and you celebrate that, right? And and then once you get to the 700, you start looking for a realtor. Say, hey, right? Look, hey, I, here I am. This is another action taken
Yeah, but
to
I think
move forward. You know what I mean? And that's how you manifest. You got to take action, and if it doesn't work out in one place, you have to find a way to find a different avenue to actually get what you want.
I think you answer this question partly, and I think there's more to go to that because when he says sometimes you have goals and you don't attain them, so what do you do? But then sometimes you just have to pivot,
Mhm.
you know,
You have to be
and
flexible.
and reassess your goal. Sometimes head we want one thing, but then that's not really what we need, you know?
That is true.
So sometimes we have to reassess what's important and say, okay, I know I want to try to do this and this is not working. I've done this is not working. Uh Let me go back and start over and see is that's what I really want or is that what I need?
So what I'm catching is from the answer I got from both of you guys is one, you have to get rid of your bad habits.
Mhm.
And by you getting rid of those bad habits, you'll be able to pivot and see the vision that you actually want to get accomplished as far as
Absolutely.
that goes.
Absolutely.
So that's what I'm catching from both of you guys answer. And I've been sitting here just soaking up the whole manifestation conversation, and it's a lot of things that um, goes on in our minds that stop us. And as Craig said, is those bad habits, is those bad things you do that you have to drop. And some of those bad habits we really like because it's pleasure,
Pleasurable.
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
And
Yep.
and,
Right.
and 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 here's the thing: a lot of people don't like to give up the bad habits because it's a distraction from from the stresses and the things that are going on in their lives. They develop bad habits to escape reality, right? But the reality is after you go through what you go through with that bad habit, you're right back where you started to begin with, right? So without 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 suffering, without pain, there is no progress, right? You have to be willing to go through the tough times and the challenges to actually attain that goal that you have in your mind, that perception of what you have in your mind to bring to reality, right? And people they don't want to suffer. No one wants to suffer, but without suffering, there's no gain, no pain, no gain, right? Right or wrong?
That's
Right.
true.
Right. Right. I think uh, a part of it also is understanding who you are as a man, as a woman. Because if you don't understand yourself, there's no way to really understand if the goal that you have set for yourself really aligns with what you have going on. Right?
I,
Going to it's so easy to use the gym as an example. If you know you're someone who doesn't want to wake up early in the morning to hit the gym before work, you have to make peace with that and say, if early isn't for me, then I got to kick myself in gear and go in later in the afternoon when I get off of work, after I run my errands, whatever it is. But you have to understand where you are in your present moment, or else everything else will fall apart.
Mm, that's real talk.
Yeah, well, and that's the whole part with sacrifice too. And that's part of the sacrifice. I know I'm not a morning bird, so I have to be a
And
a
that's a
night
cool
owl.
that's a cool word. You know, sacrifice is a cool word.
Yeah.
You know what's cool about sacrifice? Most people, when they use sacrifice, they think they have to sacrifice for somebody else.
Yes.
They don't think they have to sacrifice for themselves.
That's true.
And that's what's cool about
And
sacrifice. And that's how people get it misconstrued.
I think that's a
You
societal
have
thing,
to
though.
sacrifice for yourself.
Yeah.
Because society tells you that when you do stuff for yourself consistently, you're
You're
selfish.
selfish, yes,
That's true.
absolutely.
So a lot of people tend to say, let me focus on everybody else because I don't want to seem selfish.
But how can you manifest anything in your own life if you're constantly sacrificing for other people? You first have to love who you are. You have to come to terms with who you are and love yourself, so that way you can the things that you want to build in your mind, you can build with someone else once you learn how to love yourself. And it takes a little bit of being selfish to understand who you are. Sometimes you have to go into your own little closet and find yourself
Gotta go
before
MIA.
before you can make things happen in reality for yourself. You know what I mean?
The topic of our conversation is manifestation. You don't dream with nobody else. You dream by
Dream by
yourself.
yourself. That is true. That's a fact.
That's
That-
very, you have to dream by yourself first.
That's the
And so, but yeah, and so you guys make a great point when it comes to that, because uh, the thing about manifestation is, and is when you put in the work, people don't see the work. You know,
Right.
they only see the result.
The
They're like,
results.
"Hey, you got here. How did you get here?" Oh man, but they don't see that
They don't
work.
see the hard work you put
The
in.
part and that's the sacrifice part. When everybody's asleep and you're up grinding, you know, when everybody is out playing and you inside there
And you're grinding.
grinding.
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
My dad, our dad, always used this scripture, and it's true to form, right? The word of God doesn't have to defend itself, and it says that faith without works
Yeah.
is dead.
Absolutely.
Because you can believe all day long that God's going to bless you with $1 million, but if you don't put in that work, you can have faith, but if you don't put in the work behind the faith, then there is no manifesting that $1 million, right?
Absolutely.
And God is telling you, hey, I got this $1 million for you. What are you gonna do to get it? You're gonna show your faith, but are you gonna put in the work? Are you gonna get up early? Are you gonna do that presentation? Are you gonna go see that person over here at that company?
Stay up
Are you
late.
gonna go stay up late and stay on the phone? Are you gonna look at the stock market? Are you gonna do this to get that $1 million? And it's all about putting in the work. And that's how you manifest.
Yeah.
It's about
In the
faith.
work.
It's about faith and work,
Yeah.
and taking action, committing to the action, and being consistent with your actions.
So acronym ACC:
ACC,
action,
commitment,
commitment, consistency.
consistency.
Yeah. With those three pieces, I think it's possible, and that's anything in life. You know, it's funny because when you called me today, and you said we talking to his manifestation, and I was in the car with my son. And he was like, "Hey, Dad, what's manifestation?" I said, "A good example of manifestation is you came and told me, hey, Dad, I don't want to be fat no more. And after a year and a half, you lose 68 pounds. You're not fat no more. You dream the dream, then you put in the work, and you
Ab-
get
Absolutely.
the accomplishment. And so sometimes we think, man, they say a kid shall lead the way because sometimes we have to watch how they work, you know?
Absolutely.
Because,
Time out.
mm,
While we're on the subject of your son, I do want to give him a shout out because I saw in our group chat he ran almost a 5 minute mile.
yeah,
5 minutes and 39 seconds. Shout out
Shout out
yeah,
to
to
Luke.
Lil Timon. Shout out.
yeah.
5 minutes
mile.
and 39 seconds. That's
Mhm.
that's amazing for a freshman in high school. So you guys watch out for him. I believe he's gonna win state.
One day, one day,
His
one
dad,
day,
his
one
dad
day.
don't his dad don't believe me.
That's a one day, one day.
So He will win state one day. He goes to Hightower High School. So
That's if he wants it.
Yes.
If,
Yes.
if he
yes,
wants it.
Yes.
No, I think he wants it, man. I think somebody, y'all got a bet on it.
I mean, yeah, we
No,
can we
I'm
can
But
like
but that's all. That's
I'm a
all.
betting man.
Same thing with
I just wanna do
manifestation.
a
we can
side
light the
bet.
fire. We can light the
I'm
fire
gonna
under him.
manifest that I'm gonna have a side bet.
Yeah, but
The bet is wait out. Nah, don't run from it now.
the bet, the bet.
The bet is if because we from Grenada, beautiful island in the Caribbean. The bet is if he wins state, you send Craig on a trip to Grenada. My side bet is I want half a ticket.
So yeah,
So you pay my half.
so Lil Tyrone is taking me to Grenada this year, guys.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
It's a great
No, but-
conversation on manifestation, guys. So we want to see your comments. We want to see what you think, what your thoughts are. We want to hear from you. We want your thoughts on the manifestation situation. Let us know. ACC is what the acronym is: action, commitment, consistency, and that's how you manifest. And you got to believe it. You got to believe it in your head. You got to believe it in your heart, and that's how you manifest things. That's how you make things happen in your life, right? If you don't believe me, let me know. If you believe me, give me a thumbs up, right?
Right on, right on.
Right on.
And thanks everybody for the support.
Hey guys, so thank you for your support. Today is Sunday. Look out for us on next Sunday. We don't know what the topic is going to be yet. However, we try to make it as organic as possible.
And
So if you like us, put the topic in the comments.
Put the topic in the comments. We'll
shout
talk
you out.
about it. We'll shout you out too, and we can have you on if you want to be on with us. Come on, we are here. Let's talk with the Morel brothers, guys. Check us out on YouTube. We have a channel. Let's talk with the Morel brothers. Thank you for joining us today.